This is what your apparatuses look like when you're finished. Now you need to adjust the bracket so it's in the right place. These servo motors can only turn 180 degrees here. So there's a stop there, and the other stop is down here. So what we want to do is we want to adjust it so that the center of the servo motor, the bracket will be straight up. The way you would do that is you have to power up the servo motor. And what I have here is a brick. This is the Mind Sensors version of the servo controller. I do not have the Tetrix version at this time. And the way this works, you apply power to it, and you can see that the servo will achieve center point. So all I'm going to do is switch off the power. I'm going to adjust it so my bracket's up, about like that. Turn the power back on, run my program, and that's one end, and there's the other end right there. So now I can adjust however I want this for my robot to work. That's how servo motors work. Something else that you get with the Tetrix set is something called a dual servo motor mounting bracket, and this is an example of how this would work. I have two servo motors, the servo joint pivot bracket, and you get this Y cable which plugs into one port on the controller. And basically the way it works is I'm using two servo motors to control the angle of that bracket. And because I've got two motors, I'm doubling up the power on that bracket there. This is a tri-bolt that I built with the Tetrix system here. I have Tetrix beams. You can see I've got a dolly wheel here, NXT brick. These are the two DC motors. This is a controller that I made from a previous project. I don't have the Tetrix motor controller that goes with this set yet. Hopefully I'll get one soon. Batteries, on-off switch. Here's another variation of a tri-bolt that I built using the Tetrix stuff here. Now this particular one here has a servo motor up front, which is driving this wheel. This here is the Mind Sensors servo controller, the battery pack that goes with that controller. And you can see that I only have one motor on here for this particular version. And the way this works is some enhancements I made to this system is on the power switch. The way they suggested in the instructions is you use a zip tie to strap it to a Tetrix part similar to that. What I did is I got me a piece of aluminum, I drilled and filed a square hole into it, and the power switch just snaps in like that, and I can mount this pretty much wherever I want. Much cleaner. Another enhancement that I made, on the bottom of the battery pack, I drilled and countersunk a couple of holes, and I'm using a 632 flathead screw to hold this battery pack to the parts. And it makes it a lot nicer insulation. The way the brick was mounted there, I just took a Lego beam and screwed it to one of the plates, and then the brick fits right on top of that. Makes for a fairly good mount. And you can see I did the same thing for the Mind Sensors controller and the battery pack. It just sits on a beam that I've screwed to the Tetrix channel.